they saved the layup. Well, a promising start last year from Mycareer Bridges. The offense was there, but it was his impact defensively that has really gotten most people's attention. A lot of great tools for a young player.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Patterson's checked in. Misses from close range.
There is the value of great rim protection without fouling, forcing the miss.
No good from Booker.
He goes up strong, but he is met with resistance. I think that surprised him a little bit.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
There's 37 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Charity stripe shot, and he drops that one in. Booker's got 11 points.
Boy, both teams racking up the points to start this game.
And you wonder how long they can keep it going. At some point, you expect the defense will adjust.
My goodness, he is such a great dunker.
Greg, a high riser, no doubt about it. There's 18 seconds left to play in the first. Six on the shot clock. From deep three-point range, that shot misses.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have the confidence. You have to have the confidence to take that shot. Might not always fall.
You know what another option is? Just give the ball up. Let someone else make a play.
A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through one. Clippers lead by 4. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. Paul George had that nasty broken leg back in 2014. He describes what inspired him to come back even stronger.
My inspiration really came from my mother. You know, her dealing with stroke, her dealing with really being down and out. You know, I saw her fight back. That was enough for me in my darkest days. I knew it was nothing to what my mom went through, and she came out perfectly fine. So,
well, what a story. George worked hard to get back and is not disappointed in his return.
You know, recovering from a devastating injury is never easy, but George's perspective and commitment helped him to overcome it.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers, guys.
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
You know this, the team that dictates the pace typically rules the roost. We see that here early on.
Booker and Bridges are the wings. Aaron Baines out there with Kaminsky. And it's Johnson in at the point guard position. So that's the Suns' 5 as we get into the second quarter. Offensive rebound. Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Kaminsky.
Really nice job to convert the putback opportunity there. I mean, he stayed with that play from start to finish. That's something we say about him a lot.
Back to Green. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Shamet kicks to Patterson. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It goes on Devin Booker. Greg, for the Phoenix Suns, with a franchise-high 9-year playoff drought, there is pressure on this team to find their way out of that long rebuild.
And their moves on draft night, they raised some eyebrows. They've got some young talent, but can new coach Monty Williams turn them into a winner? Long-suffering Suns fans certainly hope so.
Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now. Andre Ayton's checked in for Aaron Baines. Diallo comes in for Frank Kaminsky. Oubre's checked in for Mycareer Bridges. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for Johnson. Here's Booker. And the rejection by Harrell. Oubre with the steal. And Phoenix pushing it up now on the sideline. Let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, we know about Lou Williams' story. The 3-time Sixth Man of the Year may be undersized, but he keeps finding angles to score. Williams said, "I can't shoot straight up. I've always played crooked. It's weird, but it's something I've developed, fading away from guys. I have bigger defenders on me, and it's just about creating space. Kevin, even well into his 30s, Lou Will still does it as well as anybody.
I would totally agree, David. He is always dead. Thank you. Leonard against Oubre. The 15-footer, good. That's 7 points for Kawhi Leonard.
If you can't get Leonard a look inside, this is the next best thing. Terrific touch from mid-range.
And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. So the wing on the left. Here's Rubio. And the rejection by Harold. Booker. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
And that's okay. Even though you missed, you had the right guy taking the shot. Even though he missed it, this is the exact play your offense is designed to produce.
Well, you knew that Kawhi Leonard would be a huge name in the free agency market last summer, especially after winning his second Finals MVP.
And Kawhi let the pieces fall before making his decision. Was the last major free agent to choose where he was going to play. Ended up shaking up the NBA in the process by joining the Clippers.
Rubio outside. Kicks to Ayton. Oubre passes to Booker. From deep. No good that time. So Los Angeles will take it the other way.
And all quarter long, it's been the same story. Inconsistent with his offense.
Well, they've won the battle of transition buckets, and those easy points have helped them build this lead.
It's such an advantage when you can get out and run and get a good look before the defense can set up.
Timeout called the Suns. And last season, Montrezl Harrell absolutely came alive for the Clippers.
He's always played with energy, but was more focused and made the most of his chances. You like to see him provide it.
Five seconds left now here in the second. Beverly for three. Oh, he got it to go!
Wow. I can't believe it. Woo. Terrific way.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Louise checked in for Phoenix. Johnson comes in for Ricky Rubio. Murray outside. Releases. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. He has 7.
And they're getting points. They're getting stops. And this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Yes, when it's going good, it feels easy. These are the nights you relish, but they're tough to replicate.
Taking a look at Los Angeles, we've got Murray. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George. Shot clock at 3. Here's Murray. Softly drops in the floater.
I'll tell you, it's one thing to do this at home, another to do it in a hostile environment.
They built up this huge league with great play at both ends. They're going to love watching film tomorrow.
Yep, that one goes. Well, when the game is decided and the clock is running out, the winning team shouldn't try to score. But we're seeing more of that these days. I'm not sure why. Kind of an unwritten rule. What do you think about that, Steve?
Yeah, Kevin, it used to be. And I watch a lot of these players come in. The game is decided. You know, they're up 10 or down 10, and they're still out here dunking, shooting. Back in my day, Kevin, you get that little ugly look from the team, and then the next game, you usually come up with a hard foul against you just to send a message.
Phoenix making some changes. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for DeAndre Ayton. Kaminsky comes in for Shaq Diallo. And Mikal Bridges subbed in for Oubre. And then for the Clippers, Patterson, he's checked in for Zubac. JaMychal Green comes in for Leonard. And Landry Shamet subbed in for George. Here's Johnson. And it's good with time running down in the shot clock. Johnson's got 4 points in the quarter.
And look, he's not the best athlete, but he's able to create the space he needs to operate.
Passes it to Murray. 1:02 left to play here in the third. And it's blocked. Suns have gone 6 of 10 from the field in the third quarter. Now here's Johnson. Oh, and the jam by Johnson.
He just bangs down the one-hander.
2 very easy points right here. This one for 3. It's hauled in by the Suns. Looking ahead, they've got the Jazz coming into town for the next game. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Here's the floater. And that's 2 points on the layup. Johnson's got 8.
I will say this about his shooting stroke. It's pure when he's got it going. Perfect so far this quarter.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Yeah, how about the body control on that one? Narrowly misses getting the deuce.
The Clippers have shot 3 of 7 at the foul line.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws, so those are numbers you'll be happy with.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Bridges with it over Williams. Got it up. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for the LA Clippers. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no... Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Execute.
Changes for Phoenix. Andre Ayton's checked in for Aaron Baines. Sheck Diallo comes in for Ricky Rubio. And it's Saric in for Booker. And that one falls from Saric. NBA gets headlines daily. You know it does, Smitty? Around the calendar. There's no off season, but does the added scrutiny put more pressure, you think, on the players?
Yeah, I think it does. I think it. Now you look at it, everybody wants to see what you're doing in the off season. And 24/7, you look at it right now, everybody has a camera phone, and everybody is looking for the stars, what they're doing off the court.
Saric is out there with Bridges. Then there's Ayton. Then it's Sheck Diallo. And it's Kaminsky in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Suns. He dents the rim with a 2-handed slam. Wow.
And those are the kinds of plays that are just killing them right now.
Phoenix has gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time.
And it's easy to give up after a play like that, but this team needs to keep fighting.
It's just one trip down the court, but you have to have short memory in this league or you won't last long.
Look at the handles. Gets through the D and then powers it home.
Such a pretty move inside. Clark, how do you stop that? Jerome passes to Diallo. Now here's Johnson. 5 to shoot. Shoots. And again, it's the Suns missing. The Clippers shooting a scorching 68% in the game.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Los Angeles.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Paul George.
Hard not to be impressed by what he did tonight. He was aggressive, he was efficient, and the defense had no answer.
The pass to Jerome. From deep three-point range, and it's Cabangeli with the rebound. And so it's Murray with it. He brings it up for the Clippers. Pass to Cabangeli. So the Clippers winning this one easily. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took it out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you later.
Yo, Che, get in here.
Levi?
Yeah. How's it going?
Good, man.
Take a seat. Get comfortable.
We need to congratulate the winners of the NBA 2K United Masters soundtrack contest. There are 10 winner songs in the game right now.
So, let's meet them. Here's a special video introduction.
And from all of us here at 2K TV, happy holidays.
Hello? Quattro, 14, is this anonymous?
Your song has been selected for NBA 2K.
Los Angeles, California is the scene for the Hornets. The veteran front court pair of Marvin Williams and Cody Zeller. They'll be called on to put in all kinds of work tonight as they await tip-off at Staples Center. Hornets, Clippers is next. We'll be right back.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side, Chris Webber and Greg Anthony from the sideline. Short a rotation play, nothing that they can't overcome, but it does shrink their margin for error just a bit.
Missing a valued contributor, that can be a challenge. We'll see how they answer the bell.
And a look at the starters for the Hornets. Monk and Batum, the wings. Williams and Zeller make up the front court. And it's Graham in at the 1. When you really think about it, how important is that in the grand scheme of things?
Well, it depends on where you are. Like, let's think about Houston last year with the injuries. You don't want to get to a slow start where you're fighting for home court advantage. So it's very important. And usually veteran teams know that first 2-3 weeks of the season is when you can sneak teams. And if you're a younger team and you understand that, wait a minute, it's all about attention to detail, focus, and playing hard, you can get some pretty nice upsets early, because when for young teams, once the scouting report comes out and teams hone in on you, it might be a little bit more of a difficult
Look
season
out.
as the days go ahead. Yeah, watch out.
Leonard kicks to Harrell. Kept alive. Now the pass to the Beast. Second chance shot. Zeller grabs the board.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Montrezl Harrell. Green comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Harkless is checked in for George. And Landry Shamet subbed in for Patrick Beverly. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Rambo, he's checked in for Zeller. Washington comes in for Williams. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist is checked in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Rozier in for Monk.
And that's just showing off right there, guys. I mean, he is too good with that crossover.
Rozier against Green, and it's Rozier missing.
Yeah, they got that one, but early on, it's really been a struggle for them to secure that defensive backboard.
Harkless kicks to Green. To the inside. Here's the Beast. The stupendous finish in traffic. The Beast's got his second basket of the night. And Jay, no stranger to success as a pro basketball player. You know, Greg, he's already been on a championship team in the Summer League.
And that was a fantastic showing from Che during the Summer League tournament. I know a lot of fans will disregard any success that happens before the regular season, but it was hard to ignore the energy that Che played with.
Green with the block. Here's the Beast, and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
And he rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. And here is Graham. 5 points in the game. In the corner, it's Kidd-Gilchrist. 6 to shoot. Back to Rozier. Here's Graham. And it's off the back rim. No good.
That's high-quality defense right there. Reading the situation, reacting, and making...
Wow, hammering it in!
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
Yeah, and Greg, they've been a more cohesive team over this stretch, and that helps account for their lead.
And so it's Los Angeles. Ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
Well, I love the ball movement so far, G8. Everything clicking at the offensive end.
And Charlotte, looking at who they've got. We've got Hernan Gomez. Washington out there with Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. Then there's Terry Rozier. And it's Graham in at the two-guard spot.
Well, the big question heading into the offseason for the Hornets was if they'd keep Kemba Walker.
Yeah, you're right, G.A., and it seemed unlikely for Kemba to stay, and that was the case. Losing a leader like him hurts, but now this team can rebuild from the ground up.
Kidd-Gilchrist, the pass to Graham. Now, here's Rozier. Pass to Graham. one's all good. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field.
They've tailored their offense around him. And let me tell you, he loves playing in this system.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
Every timeout, a chance to review the lineups, matchups, or call a play.
That's what coaches are paid to do, right? I mean, curious to see what they go with here.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Pat. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Here's Green. He's coming off a 28-point game against the Lakers in Los Angeles.
Yeah, but it wasn't all about himself. I mean, he kept everybody else in the loop. His passing was tremendous.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money. Many thought the Raptors or Lakers would land Kawhi, but in the end, he came to the Clippers to write his own legacy. Returning to Southern Cal, where he grew up, was a big part of his decision. The big surprise was how Kawhi was out recruiting other stars behind the scenes to join him with the Clippers. And maybe the biggest story of this summer, where would Kawhi Leonard be headed in free agency? A player of his caliber commands that kind of media scrutiny.
It's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down now to just 9 in the bucket from Monk.
Anytime Monk gets room to shoot, especially inside, he's such a crafty guard who you want to see pulling the trigger from inside. And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Charlotte's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Graham surveying the floor. Lets a floater go. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
I love to see the defense exhibit some passion in protecting the rim right there.
They get it back. Leonard laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Leonard's got the lead up to 13 now for the Clippers.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Monk for 3. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers. 13 points up at the end of the period. They've been playing some ferocious defense.
Kevin, thanks so much. Kawhi, you seem to...
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see... And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. Will go for a different look here. Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Harrell. Green comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Landry Shamit's checked in for Lou Williams. And it's the Beast in for Patrick Beverly. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Hernan Gomez is checked in for Cody Zeller. Washington comes in for Williams. Kid Gilchrist, he's checked in for Nicholas Batum. And Terry Rozier subbed in for Monk. How great the Clippers signing of Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, the grand finale of the wildest summer in NBA free agent history.
A ton of big moves. You think of the star players who've changed teams. 1/3 of the league's all-NBA selections. And 5 out of 10 of the reigning all-star starters. In the end, we saw 7 players who've changed teams, signing for over $100 million each. Put that in perspective. Only 8 players had ever done that in league history.
Shamet and George at the 2 and the 3. Jermichael Green is out there with Patrick Patterson. And it's the Beast in at the point guard. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. And Shea, the rookie for this team, you know, Greg, he's a little bit of a rarity in the league. He stayed all 4 years in college.
And I know many people were shocked to see Shea stay all 4 years as his stock dropped and dropped every year. But a lot of questions were asked about why he chose to stay, but he's trying to put that all behind him and make the most of the fact that he's here now.
And Kid Gilchrist kicks to Rozier. Just 5 to shoot. From 11 feet away, Biyombo. That's good. Biyombo's got his second basket of the night. Los Angeles leading by 19 points. Here's the Beast. 8 points for him. And Rozier pulls it down. 59 seconds left in the third quarter. And that one is good. Biyombo's got 4 points this quarter.
Oh, man, elevating his passing ability. Dimes like this from Rozier help him establish chemistry with his guys.
Here's the Beast. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
You know, Kevin, it wasn't a bad year for the Hornets last season. I mean, they missed the playoffs, but they were stuck in the middle ground. I mean, they were right in the fight for it. This team wants to be a contender, but the best path to that goal isn't easy to see.
He misses the free throw, and the Clippers making a switch here. Zubats is checked in. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Charlotte. Graham kicks to Rozier. Offline with his 3.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy ones.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Nicholas Batum. For Los Angeles, they have shot the ball pretty well from the line, going 8 of 11.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws, so those are numbers you'll be happy with.
Leonard, he's checked in for the Beast. For Los Angeles. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Zeller, he's checked in for Biyombo. Washington comes in for Hernan Gomez. Williams, he's checked in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Malik Monk in for Terry Rozier. Now Graham to the paint. Here's Washington. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Washington's got his first basket.
Oh, good interior offense. Those passes have to be right on target.
On the court for the Hornets, Washington and Zeller are in the middle. And there's Monk. Then it's Williams. And it's Graham in at the 1 spot. Chris, is there someone you competed with that you feel is underrated by history, has not been given their due?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I think when you look at White Chocolate, Jason Williams, what he started in the culture of play and what he continued. And you look at Ben Wallace, who I played with 4 years at Washington, and he was coming off the bench there.
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Rozier, good work there as it goes.
Oh, forget about 3-pointers. Give me a look from right in tight. I'll take it all day long.
Pass to the Beast. And Chris, underclassmen entering the draft, they can now hire agents, get help attending workouts, and still retain their eligibility. Do you like that move?
I love the move, Kevin. You know what it does? It helps less to fall by the wayside. So you come out of college, you don't know how good you are. You don't, it's based off ego, how hard you worked, family and friends telling you, go, get the money, but what's your testing ground? You don't know. You don't have a full context. So I love the fact that it lets you go out there and see, and if you have any trepidation, go back to school. You got another year. So, yes, I love this move.
Excellent. C-Web, excellent.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will, and you can safely say mission accomplished now for Los Angeles.
The blocking really turned things into their favor this time.
Great timing, anticipation. They got the blocks, and that definitely changed the momentum of this game.
And every win important, and this one will go down as win number 3.
And so they win their first game against this squad It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Paul George.
There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got.
Here's what Charlotte's going with right now. McDaniels, he's checked in for Zeller. Dwayne Bacon comes in for Wiggins. And Martin subbed in for Terry Rozier.
That's his first personal foul. Shooting for Los Angeles. Beast. Taking 2 shots.
That's good from the Beast. And he can't hit the second. Here's Martin, and it's blocked. And that's out of bounds. Charlotte will retain possession. Seconds left to play in the final quarter. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line. That's good from Martin. Here's the Beast. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance.
I know their fans appreciate it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan.
Great win, fellas. Great win. Good game. Go, Duke.